First, we just want to thank you all for having us and allowing us this opportunity to come and share information about what we think is a really great resource and maybe one of the best kept secrets in the Riverbend community, and that's Senior Services Plus. We're honored to have Brad serving on our board, and he's been an integral part of our planning process that Melanie's going to talk to you about in just a little bit. But I just want to give you a brief overview and introduction. Again, my name is Teresa Collins. I'm the Associate Executive Director at Senior Services Plus. I've been there for about 6 years, and it's really wonderful to go to a place every day where there's always something new and exciting happening. And I challenge anyone who hasn't been to our facility to come and tour our facility, because when I first walked in, I was so surprised. I guess I'd been to a senior center down in Bonne Terre, Missouri, southern Missouri, with my grandparents. And so I had this visualization and conception of what a senior center looked like. And I was blown away when I walked in the doors of Senior Services Plus, because it was nothing like what I expected. We've been in business 41 years in September. We're really excited to say that, because as a not-for-profit agency, a lot of entities have struggled because of funding through the state and the economic downturn, and we've been very fiscally responsible. We are governed by a board of 14 directors who really hold our feet to the fire and make us accountable. We're proud of that, because it's gotten us to the place we are at today. We're located at 2603 North Rogers. Just by a show of hands, has anyone been in our facility before? Oh, okay, great. So a lot of you. That's good. Thank you. Well, as you know, that's a former elementary school building, Jefferson Elementary School. And I don't live here in this community. I live in Belleville. But I can say that just within about 7-mile radius of my house, there are 2 empty school buildings. And they've started in the last probably 18 months to actually become kind of an eyesore in the community. So I'm really happy that at Senior Services Plus, not only do we provide a great array of services, but we've repurposed a building that I think really makes the community around us, hopefully there's an increase in their property values, and they think that we've put that space to good use. We provide about 7 core programs out of the location on North Rogers. I'll just touch on a few of those, and Melanie will give you more detail. But we do offer probably one of what most people are familiar with is Meals on Wheels. We have a nutrition department that delivers about 675 meals to 22 townships in Illinois. We have staff drivers who go out and do those meals 5 days a week. And so we're providing 33 1/3% of the daily nutritional value to people at their home who can't otherwise get out or may not have access to food. So when we talk to people and we ask them about their needs, I think it's sometimes enlightening to hear that there really are people, and you probably know this through Rotary, in extreme need right here in our own community. And to be able to provide food to someone is really an unbelievable experience. And I'm so proud of us and the fact that we do that to such a wide reach. In addition to that, our nutrition department operates a cafe at our facility, and we've tried to start some revenue generating programs to help offset the cost of the subsidy we need to make up for our mission-driven programs like Meals on Wheels. So we're open to the public Monday through Friday for breakfast and lunch from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. And if you haven't stopped by, please do, because we have a great menu with all kinds of selections available to everyone. We also do contract for catering services. And again, that's a way that we're able to help generate some revenues to offset the cost. So we cater for Riverbend Head Start, for the YWCA or the YMCA in Edwardsville, and we produce out of our kitchen about 3,500 meals on any given day out of that little facility. So we're pretty proud of that nutrition department. We also have a transportation program, and so we provide transportation services to people in the Riverbend community. We do things for employment and for medical trips. We are a Medicaid licensed transportation provider, and so we provide trips to people who are going to things like dialysis or other treatments. We also have a foster grandparent program, and that is a wonderful program that's a federally funded program for grandparents to come in. They earn a stipend, and and they go out into the community and many of the local schools, and they're able to be a mentor. And they're really filling a great need in our local school districts as funding is being reduced, and teachers' aides and other positions are being cut. These grandparents play a really important role in providing supports for our kids in school. We also offer information and assistance, and we have 2 full-time staff who are available to provide Medicare counseling for anyone who's reached that age or has had a parent or family member who's tried to navigate the Medicare maze. It is overwhelming, and there are so many changes with supplement programs and prescription coverage, and so we have 2 staff who are able to provide counseling for individuals at no cost, regardless of your income level, to help you navigate that maze. They also provide access to local, federal, and state benefits like energy assistance and other things for individuals in need. We have a trips and activities department that does everything from day trips to extended stay trips overseas. Right now, our trips coordinator is in Paris with a group of about 30 individuals who are traveling with her. We have a non-medical in-home care program that provides services and supports to about 700 people in their homes every day through licensed, bonded, insured, and screened employees who go out into the community. We have a wellness center, and Melanie's going to talk about an exciting project we have coming up with an expansion to that facility. And at Senior Services Plus, we really have something for everyone. And you know, we're proud to be anchored in the Riverbend community and to be able to service people that you know. Again, I would encourage anyone who hasn't been to the facility or hasn't been in a while to come in, stop, and have lunch or do a quick tour. And I'll let Melanie tell you a little bit about where we think we're heading in the future. Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to kind of pick up where Teresa left off. About 3 years ago, we started talking about what direction we were headed in the future. And after many discussions, we really felt that health and wellness was the future for seniors. We know that people are living longer, they're living with more chronic conditions, and that this demographic is going to increase as the baby boomers get older. So with those discussions, the board decided to go ahead and move forward, hire consultant American City Bureau to do a feasibility study to see what the community thought about of an expansion off of our current location off the back of our building. This feasibility study was done last fall, and the results were wonderful. They were all positive. Nobody thought we shouldn't move forward. Everybody thought this was a great project and we should take the next steps. So starting this last January, we really dove into the planning for this campaign. We finalized a lot of the upfront work, like how to accept gifts, what our recognition, how are we going to recognize our donors, how are we going to communicate this plan to the community, and we also have just wrapped up our staff and board solicitations. I'm very proud of my staff. They reached their goal of $40,000, and so I think that really shows a lot about how much our staff cares about this project for seniors. We're looking to go to our top donors in the fall, and then a public announcement come January. Another thing I wanted to mention is that, I want to backtrack a little bit. We also came to this conclusion because we felt that this would open up more partnerships for us in the community. We already have a lot of partnerships, but we're so limited with space on site that this expansion would allow the space to open up in our current location. We could bring potential partners on site. Like Teresa said, this also helps subsidize other programs. So our mission-driven programs are things like Meals on Wheels or information and assistance. Those are only partially funded. So like she said, when you pay for something in our facility, like going on a trip or paying for a meal in the cafe, that goes to fund Meals on Wheels. So when people come and pay for wellness membership, that also goes back into those programs, which is why it's so important to expand our wellness center. So if you want to go ahead and open your folders and look, I have a blueprint in there. What we're looking at is an 18,000 square foot expansion. This includes an 8,000 square foot fitness center, so we'll have additional cardio and weight equipment, an natatorium with a small 20 by 40 warm water exercise pool, 2 endless wave pools, exercise classroom about double the size of what we have now. Do you guys have any questions so far?
You have a slide you can put up on that?
That's what we were trying, Brad and I were trying to get that up there, but we couldn't seem to get it to work. So we're really looking at a public announcement in January. Right now we've been in what we call the quiet phase. But this will open us up to offer memberships to about 4,000 seniors. And actually the Wellness Center is open to anyone 16 and older, although we are largely serving seniors. So.
I think it's important too to mention, Melanie, the affordability of
Oh,
our program.
absolutely. I was just talking to this table about that. Right now, for people 55 and older, our wellness memberships are $75 a year or $100 a year if you want to take the classes, which we offer about 50 classes a week. And then for those under 55, I think it's roughly $150 a year. So it's extremely affordable, much lower than a private gym would cost. And we really pride ourselves on that, on providing affordable wellness for everybody.